Hi everyone, my name is Rose Steller and I am excited to be taking this course. I am recording this video in Tacoma, Washington, which is in the beautiful Pacific Northwest area of the United States. A little bit about myself. I'm originally from Washington, D.C. and have a background in running educational programs, specifically trying to get young people engaged in their communities. So either through social justice programs or civic education programs or working with teachers. I've had a long career both in the U.S. and in abroad, teaching and working with young people in educational programming. And some of the things I've done in the past is working in rural Appalachia. I taught and ran programs in Ghana, in West Africa. I was a teacher of global citizenship in Seoul, South Korea. And most recently, I have finished working with a program in Washington, D.C. called Close Up, where we brought teachers and students to D.C. for a week-long civic leadership experience, and I worked working with teachers from around the U.S., engaging them on issues of citizenship, democracy, and getting teachers engaged in civic values and getting young people involved in the process. I last May just finished my master's at American University in Peace and Conflict Resolution and created my own program where I was trying to integrate peace with education. And that took me down to Costa Rica, where, similar to Nick, I studied peace education for a semester, and I had a wonderful experience at the United Nations University of Peace, and really look forward to working with another global community here online with TechChange. I wanted to share with you a little bit of why I was interested in this course. I think, like many of us, was very interested in what was happening in the Middle East during the Arab Spring and seeing how social media and online tools had fostered another people's movement that yet again showed that people power is stronger than a dictatorship, and was fascinated by how young people were part of that process. And as an educator, I'm constantly interested in how young people can learn those values to be part of a civil society. So I'm coming at this wanting to learn more about how we can be more inclusive in curriculum building and content development and online tools so that more students can be engaged in some of these issues, not just what's happening in the Middle East, but also what's happening in their very own communities and backyards, and how using social media, students can be more engaged with one another. Similar to some of you that have already posted videos, I think there's an interesting tension between the online tools that we're using and social interaction, and I'm sometimes as an educator feel like that tension is at odds with my personal beliefs of wanting to constantly, I believe that students have the best learning experiences when they're in front of one another and learning from one another. And so if we're going to be following this, it seems to be the new wave of where education is going, being more online and less interactive. I'm curious to know and learn myself how that's going to affect learning and classroom approaches, and how can we continue to have positive exchanges if we're not face-to-face. So that's something that I'm. Technology was, I think, the revelation the first time I picked up my father's 1971 Canon camera, and when I was young it seemed heavy and bulky, but it had this incredible power to capture an image forever in time, and I remember that concept just completely blowing my mind. And as a teacher, as a student, I loved learning through photographs, and as a teacher, I love integrating those kinds of primary sources into my teaching, and can see how powerful image and video can be in helping to understand a concept or picking up the nuances of what's happening in a historical moment or something that's happening right around the corner. So that's my brush with technology, and can thank my dad for keeping old relics like 1971 cameras around for me to have my mind blown. So I'm looking forward to working with you all online and happy to be engaging in this global community. Thank you.